just on our own. We just rode back and forth, but our family and neighbors and whatnot, we used to go out and camp in the forestry quite a bit. Lots of overnight camping and parties at Bill Bagley's place out there on the Meadow Creek and stuff. Yeah, life was a wee bit different back then. The forestry wasn't full of ATVs and people from Calgary and whatnot then. It was pretty secluded. It was nice. When we camped, we just drove out there and camped and hiked, walked up Black Rock, things like that. Well, I guess I learned to dance a little before that, but that was mainly where myself and my cousins learned to dance. It was only in the winter time, because that's when Bill Bagley was looking after Brewster's horses up on Meadow Creek and that little log cabin. So, I mean, we'd all get in Jeeps and four-wheel drives and take shovels and shovel our way in through the snow and go to Bill Bagley's house, and he'd see the lights coming across the snowbanks through the meadow and start clearing furniture, putting it outside or in the back room or whatever, and have the stove roaring by the time we got there, and set out the table on the edge with all the alcohol and get the chairs in the corner for the band. Dad played banjo, and sometimes people would bring a guitar, and Bill Wasson used to have an accordion. He'd played accordion, and then we all danced. All of us kids learned to dance up there. It was awesome. Oh, one time, after Bill Wasson's shoulder gave out and he couldn't play accordion anymore, we actually hauled our piano up there. Threw it in the back of the truck, and off we went with the piano.
Who played it?
Bill.
Oh.
Bill played piano too, but Bill Wasson. He couldn't do the accordion because of his shoulders, so we took a piano for him. The house was full. I was a kid. How many people? 20 to 30 people? Yeah, depending on who was available and who could get their four-wheel drive started and through the snowbanks. Well, most things in my memory were kind of impromptu. Some people didn't even have phones then. Wassons didn't have a phone, so they would just either show up or we'd just go drive up the road and drop into Wassons. And sometimes it turned into a gathering, and sometimes it was just a cup of coffee and off again. There was, Richards used to have I remember for a few years they had just a neighborhood horseshoe tournament. And of course everybody knew ahead of time what day that was going to be, so the whole neighborhood would end up at Richard's place. This was Jim and Tilly's. Yeah, it was Jim and Tilly's place where we went. Yeah, and had a horseshoe tournament. Oh yeah, and then the baseball tournament over at Butters. So yeah, just neighborhood entertainment that didn't involve anything electronic. Everybody showed up. As far as I remember, they just picked teams and went and ran around through the cow patties.